Can you guys hear me? My mic is like not showing up. It's literally plugged in. The light is on. I don't understand. That's on, so my mic should be on. Can you guys hear me? So weird. My mic and this camera are literally plugged into the same thing. Okay. All right, let's get started. Sorry about yesterday, guys. I thought I changed that to today and it never saved. Okay. Let's get started. You can hear me okay? Like I don't sound, I'm just using my laptop speaker. All right. Back up. Is the music too loud? Probably because it's right next to the speaker. All right. Message and song from guides regarding an action to take this month. Regarding an action to take. Focusing on your mindset around lack. There's something that has a solution, but your brain's not looking in that direction. Expanding what you view is possible in a situation that seems stagnant. Will Jennifer's breast biopsy results be okay? Slice by 5 for fighting. I feel like there's going to be a solution to whatever it is. I don't think it's worst case scenario, but I definitely don't think that you're in the clear either. But it's like a stressor that comes with a solution. What is S's feelings towards me? That you're someone who has been through a lot and didn't let it break you. It's like this feeling of you feel safe, but it doesn't really feel like there's necessarily passion, which is what I feel like maybe is what you're asking. It's like there's a feeling of safety in your presence. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. There's a need to kind of slow down and reevaluate what may be a projection from an external source versus what you really want out of a situation. So I would say quiet the outside world and let yourself like journal or channeled write or just sit in silence. It's like there's an answer that's right beyond others' projections. There might be a slight echo. Let me see if reduce mic background noise. Is that better? I just changed something. Let me know if that's better or worse. Let me pull the chat up on here. So let me know if that's better or worse what I just did to the mic. Where's my mouse? The technical part of doing social media is going to give me gray hair quicker than anything else. Any messages from Daisy for her mom? From Daisy for her mom. Bigger Than by Justin Gesso. I know you've been questioning if healing means forgetting. It doesn't. I feel like she's carrying some heavy grief, which makes sense, but I feel like she's carrying it more so now as the seasons are changing. There's something highlighting maybe the time of year or something. It's almost like she was already carrying around a 20-pound weight of grief, and she just picked up a car and decided to also carry around the car. And Daisy's like, no, we need to put it down, not pick up more. So I feel like needing to give some kind of break in routine accompanied with some kind of rest is important. Message from my mom for my mother-in-law, Diane. Boxes by the Goo Goo Dolls just started playing. Is 7 or 1? It's a 7. Oh, that's a 7 too. 777, maybe significant. What I hope you realize is that I am at peace, and I want that for you too. I want to say the term let bygones be bygones is coming through, but not in a way that they were like bickering. I don't know. It's like she's saying it as like a joke, like a jokey thing, like let bygones be bygones, if that makes sense. But like so that it feels to be something in Diane's life, like free yourself from the weight of that. What didn't work out for you will work out for you in the end, seems to be the message. Who You'd Be Today by Kenny Chesney. What does Spirit have for me today? A secret. It's like you're about to turn the corner in a dark tunnel and see not necessarily the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's like you see your own reflection, and that helps you figure out some kind of solution. The hope that you're seeking is coming from the darkness. So it's like in the darkest moment is where you're going to find a solution to get out of it. The potential dark lack of information. Are there any messages for the rest of the month? Your external environment is a reflection of your internal right now. So what is your external telling you about what needs light shown internally? Is there clutter? Is there congestion? Is there things out of place? Look at your external and say, what could that be telling me about my internal right now? Will they ever find baby Emmanuel? This case makes me so mad. Will they ever find baby Emmanuel? I feel like something was done so that will be likely not as easy as that, if you know what I mean. I fear there's not a whole I think that I don't think it's going to be a clean cut ending to this. Message from my father and a song. The decision you're struggling with has more guidance behind it than you think. We have 2 and 2. It's like a forced release of something that you weren't viewing was holding you back, but now that you're in this situation that you're in right now, which I want to say stressful situation that you're in right now, It's forcing you to release something that you wouldn't have released if you didn't have the problem to solve. Message from spirit guides. Whoever or whatever just hurt you was a portal. It's like that was meant to crack you open so that you can step out bolder, or like step out, I don't want to say the word new, but like step out as the version of you that you've been becoming internally. It's like something was meant to crack you open to not speed up the process, but like to push the process along. So it wasn't a punishment, it was a portal. Let me go to the other list. Get this one. Okay. Okay, let's see. You can't change the way the cards are dealt, but you can change the way you play your hand. What card are you playing? What you put in, you will get out of some kind of change. So it's not for nothing. The effort you put in is the reward you'll get out. New member, thank you. We go through heartache so that we can learn to quit, so that we learn to quit looking to our feelings before our faith. Allow yourself to not shut off your emotions, but to view a situation from logic as well. Logic and emotion instead of just emotion. Does the cleaning guy that made inappropriate comments to me have bad intentions? I feel like he's going to kind of die out after rejection, because Six of Swords is like, okay, I'm not going to keep getting my ego hurt here. But Knight of Cups to Knight of Pentacles in reverse is like, I tend to say things like this to people to see, throw something at the wall and see what sticks. But then after I get rejected, my ego backs down. It just feels like who he is. Should Jay take the plea deal or go to trial? Okay, so let's see. Take the plea deal. Go to trial. It's kind of giving damned if you do, damned if you don't, but a little less damned if you take the plea deal. Something in the plea deal is not fair. Like something in the plea deal is like too much for what happened, or it's like not balanced. It's like logically, this isn't something I'd sign for, but it feels like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Where like the plea deal, you know that you're ending this cycle. You know what the outcome is going to be. And it feels like with trial, somebody wants to make an example out of someone else and is going to try all of the tricks in their bag of tricks to make that happen. It's like, I'm going to bring the battle to you if you dare to go to trial. It's like that. I don't know if this is prosecutor or like the other side of the court, like defense, but I would say it feels a lot safer to take the plea deal, because if they don't take the plea deal, going to trial, like think of how low is the other side willing to go, and then go a little lower. It feels like that's their intention, to try and like win. Not new member. Thank you, Cynthia. Observe and take nothing personally. Take everything for what it is. I want to say sleep on it. There's something you're not going to be sure how you're going to feel about it initially. And if you sleep on it, you're going to get a lot more clarity. Yeah, solution with Five of Cups in reverse. And the song that's playing is September by Doherty, so it feels to be something happening this month. When I meditate, I rock involuntarily and even rocks in beat with music that I'm listening to. What is going on? You're just in flow. I do that too. That's why I play with the cards while I'm channeling too. Essentially, like, think of it as if you're doing something that's establishing a rhythm or a pattern, it's like turning down the volume in your thoughts that play on autopilot. You're replacing a thought loop with like a grounded pattern. So you can think of it like turning down the volume on, if there's like a little hamster in your brain and that hamster just runs around with a microphone yelling the repetitive thoughts all day that you need to reprogram, rocking or something like that is, yeah, the hamster is going to turn down that volume. It's like turning down the mic that the hamster has, yeah, and replacing it with flow. Any messages for you? Let's see. What do you need to know? There's a need to open up your creative channels, solar plexus, sacral chakras. Like, I know who I am and I'm going to express that creatively. It doesn't have to be something you sell or something that like turns into a whole side quest. It can be, but it's like needing to get that energy center spinning because it's a ripple effect. More will come from that. Almost like it's a cork on a bottle and when you pop the cork, there's some kind of celebration, right? Needing to get the creative channels flowing again so some kind of creative solution can take place. All right, let me go to this list. Any messages from Nana? I can't see this dice. That was number 2. I'm going to keep it for now. Use this one next time. Oh, number 2 came back. Okay. A letter, note, or item I left behind contains more than you think. Is there some kind of repeating message that you keep getting that's not making sense? And you're like, I keep picking up on this, but why? It feels to be something from her. Like if you look at what's repeating as, oh, it's coming from her, it'll make more sense than if you're just like, what is spirit trying to say to me? Like it's her specifically. Where you're resisting being in a mode of receiving so that something can come in is what she's trying to show you. You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins with a bunch of boxes. It's kind of giving like it's time to clean your desk out and move to a bigger spot in the office, so to speak, like energetically. And she's trying to show you how. What was Jay stressed about that made them not communicate over the weekend? I'm feeling things and I don't know what to do with that. I'm feeling a lot of things and I don't know what to do with that. So I hide. Over the weekend, was that the moon? It kind of feels like just an abundance of emotions that came out of nowhere. And because there was this lack of clarity about where they were coming from, it's like I'd rather hide than try and then explain. It doesn't really feel like it was for a reason, though. It just feels like it came out of nowhere. You know, like when it's kind of that time of the month and we tend to get a little emotional, it kind of feels like that. But like it would be if it wasn't that time, or if it's a man and it wouldn't make sense. It's like, this shouldn't be happening now. I'm confused. That type of thing. Message from Jeff and a token. Where am I token? It's love, but it's backwards. And number 24. Like it's not backwards because my camera, it's backwards on there. So like the reflection of love right now. Right now, to avoid a tower, reflect your love into the decision. Making a decision from a place of love helps you avoid the tower. I'm trying to see if my cat can get out. She's out. My brother just made chief in the Coast Guard. Will he continue to be living East Coast? Will he be continuing to live on the East Coast? So the world dropped on the floor. I feel like for now, yes, but eventually, no. It's like he's gonna, I want to say before he moves into a different position, he'll move, but it doesn't feel like that's right now. So I don't know. 2027 would be what, 2 years? I feel like there's some significance about 2 years. Completing a level and moving to a next level of something. Well, my husband and I have an increase in our finances soon for some breathing room. Not as soon as you'd like. No, I mean, 3 of Wands is waiting for something, but it feels like you changed something and then this is waiting, and it feels like you haven't made that change yet. So it's like there's still another change needed before the relief comes in. What's the change? Changing strategies or downsizing something. It doesn't really feel like downsizing. It feels like changing strategies in regard to something long term. Like less out now of something. I don't know what that means. That's what I was getting. Have I made the right choices with my business? Have I made the right choices with my business? You're where you need to be to get to where you want to go. Have you made the right choices so far? Yes. But now the next level is some kind of restriction on confidence. So breaking a restriction, saying, okay, I'm ready for this now. I'm ready for the next step now. It's like you're right where you need to be now because of those choices. But now, like new levels, new devils, there's another challenge that you need to rise to make the next step. But yes. Do I have psychic abilities? We all do. It's just about understanding how ours work. So how do yours work? I feel like there may be some either like cultural or religious or like just childhood type programming where subconsciously you may still view it as wrong, or you view it as something like, who are you to be doing that? Like that type of thing. I feel like reprogramming your belief around that will help you be more in flow with it, because it's there. It's just also blocked at the time being. Not blocked, but like distant. Like the volume is turned down and you have to be the one to consciously choose to turn it back up. Meaning of message from the 2030 crows right outside my balcony when I cleansed my home and made intentions for removing lower vibrational energies. I mean, symbolic of them, like spirit showed you a visual. Like this is the flying element, and these are the cord cuts. Like you cut the cord in this realm, and it also cut the cord in that realm, and you were showed a visual. Outside your balcony. So a balcony would make me think of the Fool, like being on the cliff. So whatever you did cut out the energies that were holding you back from taking the leap forward. And that was like a confirmation of it. Does someone at work want me out, like for me to quit or leave, and why? Yes. Yes. Don't want to work as a team, would like you to free yourself from working as the team with me so that my plans can come into action. I'm confused about how to outshine you. Jealousy. It's like there can only be one king and it can't be you. I almost want to say you unintentionally may have insulted someone's intelligence, but it doesn't feel like they have as much intelligence as they think they do. So it's almost like it wasn't really that hard to insult it unintentionally. You know what I mean? But it feels like that turned into this whole resentment. Oh, good. I'm glad that that's the answer. That works. Message from my guides on what move action I should do to move forward. What do you need to do to move forward? It's almost like moving forward doesn't happen until you take some kind of passionate action and get out of your own head, is how I want to say that. Justice in reverse. I almost want to say there's this subconscious energy of keeping yourself small or holding yourself back from a bigger step. Like you've been taking baby steps, you're ready for the big step. And I feel like the big step makes it so that you're a lot more seen. And there's a past version of you that's like, that's not safe. But you've created the safe space for that. And it's kind of like you owe it to yourself, if that makes sense. Let me go to this list. There's my mouse. Pulled 2 cards asking where I'd be in 5 years. Got the High Priestess and Ace of Cups. Am I accurate? Communication that you're not seeing in regard to freedom. I feel like you're questioning it because you're like, how would I get there from where I am right now? But this is like, that was communicated to you because you can't see it, but it is there, that freedom. Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck to Queen of Wands. So it's like you're right now, the passion for the will to get there is going from the page to the queen. Like as you take a step, you'll be like, oh, I can do this, or oh, I do want to put this effort in. Whereas right now you feel more drained where you're like, I don't see how that could happen. But this is like, it will, you just can't see it because you can't see the whole journey, just the first step. So I would say yes. Who or what was behind all the spiritual traffic in my home lately? Oh, I like that term. Spiritual traffic. Who would be connected to you? It kind of feels like grandmother energies. Connected to you since you were a child. I have felt distant lately, or there has been distance lately. Or it could be maybe because of the spiritual traffic, you've felt distance from an energy that you're typically more connected to, one of them. But 2 of Wands is like a merging, right? It's like your timeline is merging with something that makes sense for this energy reigniting. So like, I really need help in this area right now. So I feel this heavy energy and then I start noticing these signs from my grandma. So I'm noticing that my timeline is kind of merging with my need for this energy, if that makes sense. Empress in reverse was on the bottom of the deck. Maybe a great grandmother? Like maybe a great grandmother would speak to you through an energy that you would know more, like a grandmother, like something like that. Maybe that's where the traffic element is coming in. Been missing Dave more than normal. A deep sadness the past few days. What's going on? It's almost like his energy is with you more as like a pre-support. Like I'm preparing, I'm here more present now. I'm making sure you know I'm here more heavily now so that when this event happens or this anniversary of something happens, you know that I'm there because you've been feeling me. Something, what would be the third week? It's the second week. So would September 14th to the 20th hold some significance? It's like I'm with you now because I know you're going to need me then. And if you just know that I'm here, it'll make it easier for you to know then. My Best Friend by Tim McGraw. Time frame, dinner time. Like reminding you of the dinner time conversations that you used to have because that's meant to bring you some kind of comfort. P.S. I am so proud of you. You don't hear it enough, but I need you to know I am proud of you. The love I left behind is still stronger than time, distance, or death. Yes, Dave, we know. We know. Stand by Rascal Flatts. Helping you have the energy to stand back up, but I need you to know ahead of time that it's me. Like, I don't know what that just was. Like opening the emotional container. I don't know why my phone just made that noise. It's never made that before. It's like da-da-da, like a message coming in. He needed you to know it was him. Let me go back to this list. Just click it now. Hold on. Any messages for me? Ooh. You got the devil in reverse because you slayed some kind of shadow, like a pattern from the past tried to show its face and convince you that it was still you. And you were like, no, that's not going to work. And it feels like because of that, it's like you're going to the next grade now of consciousness. Like you graduated that lesson because you identified a pattern that wasn't you. Does Raphael feel better since his surgery? And should I be doing anything else for him? Feel better? Yes, definitely. The Fool kind of gives me like getting air, like getting outside if possible, opening windows or something like that, or like just bringing nature inside, maybe plants. But no, this feels to be everything's going how it needs to. What advice do I need to receive today from my higher self? What? Oh, Linda, I sent out your box with the shipment. What was that, yesterday? What advice do I need to receive from my higher self? Sometimes when we don't get answers right away, it's because it's not like if you're doing a multiple choice and you're like, well, A, B, or C doesn't really make sense to me, and I'm frustrated because I feel like I need to pick one of them. Sometimes Spirit's giving you like another option, a D, an E, an F, a G. You just need to kind of allow yourself to say, okay, none of these are going to fit. It feels like that. You're going to be given another choice because of the other choices not fitting. Message from Grandpa Fred. Did I make the right choice? Did I make the right choice? It's like you would have kept ruminating on that until you made that choice. It's kind of giving that was the only choice. Or you would have just kept cycling through worry about when am I going to do it and then not doing it. So it feels like you made the only choice. Will my husband find a job soon? My husband find a job soon. Will he find one? Yes. Not as soon as you'd like, though. I feel like there's some significance about the next 5 to 11 weeks. What's 11 weeks? Like 2 months, something? 3 months, something? There's some significance about the next 5 to 11 weeks, but it is a little slower than you'd like. Song and token from my husband's brother to my husband. I'm feeling called to pull it under the camera because he wants to show him which one. Oh, it's 2 hearts. Would he be the kind of brother to be like joking around, like, oh, we can't be too lovey, but then like I'm trying to show you love, but joking around about not being too lovey? I get that vibe. Like, I love you, but I don't want it to sound corny, so I'm going to make it into a joke, if that makes sense. And then King of Diamonds would be King of Swords. So like the logical king. I'm not showing emotion, but I'm showing emotion. The legacy I leave behind is alive in the stories you still tell about me. I'm hearing that doesn't need any more explanation. It's time to put down the burden and stop fighting with yourself about some kind of shoulda, coulda, woulda, or some kind of feeling like something else should have happened than what happened. It's important to put down the burden of that. There's a seahorse on the other side. I didn't mean to flip it over, but I did. What will life look like when I'm with whoever I'm supposed to marry? What will we do together, and what is our connection like? Someone who's going to rebuild the way that you're able to trust people because of how it's been broken by others. I want to say the opposite of what people have shown you that connection can be. I feel like you've seen examples of love as a form of control, and this is not that. This is love as a form of appreciation. Oops. Message to get breakthrough with my business. It's like needing to capture and hold people's attention for longer. What is that called? When you do a hook in the beginning of a video, like needing to come up with some kind of hook. I don't know if that's for videos or just like for business. Needing to find your hook to keep people's attention a little bit longer. Why do I dream about my forever coworker, forever? Why did I say forever? But my former coworker G all the time. I haven't seen him in ages and we don't really talk. And I said forever. I wonder if y'all have like some kind of past life connection. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's deeper than just work. There's some kind of major lesson that the two of you taught one another that you're still learning. It's like you held up the proper mirror for one another. And whatever that lesson is seems to be repeating again in your life. And your energy is remembering, your consciousness is remembering his energy as connected to the mirror that you're currently being shown. It's like your brain is reading that person's energy signature because of something happening now that relates to a lesson that they helped you learn, if that makes sense. And Dirty Little Secret came on. It's almost like you two recognize each other from a past energy, but like can't put your finger on it, if that makes sense. What do my guides need me to know? And a song. All at Once by The Fray. All at once. There's like a download. The next thing that, and I don't want to say like look forward to it, but the next thing that's like a major speed bump or a major like, oh, that hurt to find out, that is unlocking a download. It's like you have a pain, and then it's coupled with a realization. It's like your mind is in the right place to perceive this entirely. So I guess I'd say the next thing that hurts you also sets you free, because it gives you information that could only be unlocked through that opening of the heart space. Why is that not clicking? Is my Aunt F deteriorating with dementia? She is now cancer free and is just mean now. Deteriorating with dementia. It's like I'm simultaneously, and I didn't mean to pull this card, but it came out. I'm simultaneously locked in and out. So like, and I'm simultaneously taking action but drained. So my brain's taking action but drained, and it's in and it's out. I would say it feels to be something along those lines. A worsening disconnection between what's in my brain and what's happening externally. So like I'm like consciousness vertigo, like I can't tell which is where. So I would say that seems to be something that would align with dementia. Who did I connect with Sunday night? Who did I connect with? A Queen of Wands who is not against you, but could not present to you fully until your emotional container was open. So it's like someone who would relate to like whatever you just went through that emotionally stirred you up so that you could put yourself back together stronger. Whoever you connect it with, it would make sense that they would come through now because of that. It's like, now we can work on your confidence, or now we can branch out socially, whatever it is, but it would connect to that energy. It would make sense, that Queen of Wands. Any guidance on the new role I'm interviewing for, one with Peter and one with Stephen? Peter, Stephen. It's like both of them have some kind of waiting around. It's like, I don't know if the process takes longer and the music just paused. I feel like the better option is Steven, but I also feel like that may be a little bit more of a delay. It's like almost like if they both were to eventually take you under their wing, so to speak, and teach you something or help you get even further, it's better with Steven. Like this person can get you farther, but it may take longer, if that makes sense. I've had really bad anxiety lately. What is going on? You keep putting out effort for things, and through no fault of your own, you're not getting a proper yield on that. Like you're spending 80 energetic dollars and getting something that's worth like 35 cents back, and it just feels like it's frustrating. But it feels like your problem solving is being tested right now, but it's also very draining. So the problem that needs to be tested and solved is, how can you fill your cup when you know that right now life is going to keep poking a hole in the bottom of it? Like, how can you either patch that leaky part that life keeps poking a hole in, or how can you not allow yourself to be drained as it continues to filter out for now? Was my cousin telling the truth about my aunt having dementia? My uncle seems to be hiding it. feel like your uncle's hiding it at your aunt's request. But I also feel like your cousin isn't necessarily speaking from like facts that they themselves have seen. So there may be some exploration, like some veering off of the path of facts. And I feel like that has to do with intensity or timeline. But I do feel like there's truth to it. They just aren't speaking from stuff that they have seen with their own eyes. So there may be things that are not all the way accurate. But I feel like your uncle's hiding or not speaking on something because of being asked to by your aunt. Is Wendy Adelson contemplating fleeing to a non-extradition country? Is her arrest imminent? Wendy. So the mom tried to flee, remember, didn't she? Is she okay? So is Wendy planning to flee? Probably. This is like I have the means to, and the heat is getting turned up. So if I have the means to, and it's getting close enough, why would I not? Yeah, let me do it under the cover of night. I feel like she knows she's being watched very closely, but if she can find a way to sneak out, I wouldn't put it past her. Is her arrest imminent? I would say they're trying to get one more person to turn to put that final nail in the coffin. But yeah, I would say it looks pretty not promising for her. I see the number 731 in various combos. What does this mean? When your internal dialogue is starting to go in the direction of not looking for the light or not looking hope, when you start to get lost in the mundane or the complacency, this is like your higher self being like, hey, you're in alignment, or hey, remember this. It's like something that snaps you back into like looking up, so to speak. Message for my sister regarding workload at work. Why does upper management not hire extra people to help even though they know it's needed? If we just pretend to not see it, then we don't have to explain why we're spending more money when we're already being told to not spend more money. What's that term? It's like willful blindness, willful ignorance. It's like this guy's looking at these cups like, oh yeah, that's a problem. I know there's a solution, but what solution? It's like that. They don't want to spend more money. Can you send a message to my dad? I'm trying to follow in your footsteps of quiet, stoic strength. Is this the right way to go? Better Days by Goo Goo Dolls and a big yes. King of Wands, Devil in Reverse, King of Swords is like you're taking the right actions to embody like how I would handle it, like from him. Like if you look at his highest level of problem solving, you're embodying that. You're taking action on that, and you're doing it in a way where you're not allowing the shadows to scare you off the course. You don't have to be afraid of death. It's not an ending, just a transition. So you're shedding all the layers of who you're not, and you're doing so boldly and intelligently. So I would say yes. Humble and Kind by Tim McGraw, and there's a cookout or picnic being referenced. Also, 4th of July is being referenced, like some kind of good job doing something around 4th of July. A message from my Uncle Greg. Number 1. So when I just said number one, you know those little foam hand finger, like number one, like go team type signs, that just flashed in my mind when I said that. Shifting gears. The things I was wrong about the things I feared. None of them mattered in the end. I want to say his direct quote is stop hiding it. Like, stop hiding yourself. Stop hiding. You're not wrong for wanting to be treated well. Stop not asking for what you need. Allow yourself to speak it. Take up space seems to be. I'm sorry, and I just called to say I love you. He's like, I'm sorry for being so direct with you, but go take up space. That's funny. Any message for you? Let's see. There's a change needed to get back into alignment. I want to say there's a need to go back to the drawing board of what your plans are of how to reach a goal. Like, redefine what you don't have to change the goal, but define the goal in a way that is updated. Like, update the definition of the goal and then look back at what your steps are to get there. It feels like there's a need to not change something that you're heading towards, but change a way that you're heading there. It's like, yeah, like when you're going somewhere and you don't know where you're going and you're using the map on your phone and then it says, oh, there's a faster route. Do you want to take this? And it's because there's an accident. It's like, that's happening. Spirit's like, no, let's go this way. But there's a need to go back and look at where you're trying to go so you can see that way, if that makes sense. Any other messages? Let's see. Any other messages? It's 11:11 as I just looked at my, 11:11. Your high priestess, your intuition is dependent on your self-care right now. Like, they need each other. So in order to unlock, right now your intuition feels like anxiety because your intuition is letting you know what changes are needed. So in order for your intuition to feel like intuition again and not like anxiety, there's need to pour into yourself, Empress. Like pour something into your day-to-day routine that isn't there right now. That's like a check-in with yourself. That will reignite your intuition, feeling like intuition and not anxiety. It's set to members. It should be. Let me check. Hold on. One second. Yeah, it's set. Yeah, it's set to members. Message from Dana. Will she be joining us on our trip to St. Lucia in January? 13 friends from high school celebrating our Big's birthday. It's like you have something planned that is, I don't know, like creative for your heart, like a creative way to express or a creative way to be in the moment. It's like that's how she comes through. It's kind of giving the event that you have planned on this trip that feels the most like your energy being in a hot air balloon. Like, I don't think it's literal. It's like that's when you'll feel her the strongest. I don't think it's literal though. But maybe if you're going on a hot air balloon, maybe that's a sign as well. Or maybe if you see something like that, there will be a sign that relates to her. So like maybe she liked, let's just say, teddy bears. Like you'll see a hot air balloon place and their logo will be a teddy bear. Like something like that seems to be a sign from her. Message and song for Nan from Uncle Dennis as she recovers from surgery. For Nan. P.S. I love you always. Nothing, not time, not distance, not even death can change how much I love you. That love is woven into your days, into everything you do. No matter where life takes you, no matter how much time passes, my love will always be with you. You are not alone and never will be. Unconditionally by Katy Perry. Things may kind of suck now, but they'll be over soon. Like the feeling of frustration of being stuck in place will be over soon. You won't feel stuck for long. Any messages from Spirit? There's a need to allow yourself to be seen so that you can allow yourself to receive. It almost feels like your energy right now feels like it wants to expand, but there's this fear of expanding or resistance to being seen that would allow for expansion. Whatever is calling to you consistently is something you're ready to experience. So allow yourself to take a step in that direction. Will my parents ever support me if I ever decide to move? I feel like they're going to kind of handle it in a way that feels distant. Like, but I also feel like you kind of expect that. Like, that's one of two options. You're like, it's either going to be like this or there's going to be this distance. And it's like, you know how to define that feeling of distance. It feels like it's going to be that. Ace of Cups fell into my lap. So it's like, there may be some kind of Hail Mary, like, okay, we let things get a certain level of distance, but we don't let them completely disconnect. Message for Shadow. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but not the goal. It feels like something didn't go the way that you put in the effort for it to go, but whatever you were working towards is still meant to be the goal. You're just meant to get it in a different way. Message and a song. No Surprise by Doherty. I practiced this for hours, gone round and round, and now I think I've got it all down. There's something you're not meant to give up on. No Surprise by Doherty. It's like something won't let you let it go. It doesn't feel like a person. It feels like an idea, a belief system, something intellectual, like a new passion project maybe. Something won't let you forget about it. And it's no surprise that it's more important than it appears on the surface to be. Message from Sean. Oh. What comes next is something only you can define for yourself. Under construction, and 10 is the ending of a cycle, and 10 of clubs is 10 of wands. So you're getting very close to a solution for the burden, but it feels like there's some emotions that you may be still performing. Like you feel like, okay, I'm transmuting or I'm looking through this sadness or I'm looking through this, but there's something a little bit deeper that's calling to be released. but it feels like when you do what you've always done, you get what you've always got. So there's a need to look at the emotions that keep coming up in a different way. How else can I approach this that allows me to show up for myself differently? If you want to get to the top, you'll have to take the stairs. 100 years by 5 for fighting. Kind of giving like there's no better day than today to make some kind of change that can be lasting. Message for the next 12 months and a song. Peace by OAR. It's like peace coming to your door. Yeah, peace coming to your door that was locked, but there's a glimmer of hope. I want to say in the next 9 weeks, there's going to be some kind of turning point where something that has felt like a closed door either unlocks or you find out why that was locked because you find the door that you were supposed to go in. Is 9 weeks the end of the year? No, September, October, November, like end of November, beginning of December, I think is that time frame. Is mind probe real? Is mind probe real? I don't all the way know what this is, but this answer to me looks like an experiment of some kind. Like we're trying to see if this works or not. There's been some failures and some successes, but we're still overseeing it. Will I ever get my father's class ring back or find it? I want to word this as it's committed to being lost, like it's lost. Is it lost somewhere that's recoverable though? I don't know. I fear it may have like gone in with the trash or something. Like that's the vibes I get from this. Like it's committed to being lost to me is like it's somewhere that it's going to be very difficult to find. And then when I say is it recoverable, I get the 8 of Swords in reverse, which is like a release of something. So like it's gone somewhere else is kind of the feeling I get. Or it's been left somewhere else. Or moved in with something that was moved somewhere else. Was I alive with my tribe during the first Thanksgiving? I don't want to word this as I'm getting an answer for like the first Thanksgiving, but I'm getting you've been in the same like setting, like Thanksgiving, meeting at the table, giving thanks multiple lifetimes with the same group. But I'm not necessarily getting first Thanksgiving. With 4 Pentacles in reverse, it's like maybe the foundation isn't that deep, but there is a deep foundation. Message from Spirit. Message from Spirit. You got to keep filling in the emotional data sheet. Like, I feel like there's something that you're kind of looking at it like, why do I keep having to deal with this same energy in different situations? Haven't I figured it out or haven't I? It's like you're still filling in different, like a past version of you was like, oh no, I can handle this. I can understand this. I can like get to this level of intellectual emotional knowledge. And it's like you're filling in all the spreadsheets right now. So it's not repeating because you're doing something wrong or being punished. It's just something is coming back so you can keep filling in the boxes. Is my son's heart healing from all the emotional trauma in his past? I want to say slowly but surely, and it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's like that. So it's like there's good days and there's bad days. I do feel like there's an effort though with Knight of Pentacles in the middle. It's like even when things go wrong, even when I take steps backwards, I continue diligently trying to work forward. So I feel like because of how bad he wants to heal, that's what's pulling him through making effort. Almost like there's a tug of war and life is pulling one way and he's like, no, I'm not giving up. I'm just going to kind of sit here and wait it out and then pull when I can. It feels like that. Every time I do a reading for my best friend, I feel like I'm speaking to her guides directly. Clairaudience, is that what I'm feeling? Not that you're not maybe experiencing the clairaudience, but this to me is like a clear knowing. Like the world in reverse, I'm not going and looking to clarify what I'm getting. Seven of Wands is like, I'm just kind of sitting here in a still state. And then Emperor in reverse, I'm not taking action to understand. I'm just knowing. It feels like a clear knowing. You could be getting clairaudience like confirmations though. Birthday message for my son's 16th. Happy 16th birthday. Kind of giving, sometimes it gets lonely at the top. I feel like there's an important message around being very selective about who you take to the top and make sure those people want to see you at the top. It just feels like there's something within your son's energy that people are going to want to try and compete for. Like you can't compete for someone's energy, it's theirs, but people will try. So this is like brick by brick, he's building something. Make sure that each brick counts. You know what I mean? Let me go up here. Message for my BFF. She's having a hard time. She keeps trying to go down different. It's like one of those roundabout things where you're trying to get off of an exit, but it's like every exit she goes past, it's like under construction. This one's closed. This one's blocked. And she's like, what? Where do I get off then? Six of Wands says there is some kind of solution or victory coming. I think that there's just a need for patience right now. So instead of looking at it as, oh my gosh, I'm trapped in this circle, look at it as, okay, last time I went around the circle, the scenery looked a little bit dimmer. And now it looks a little brighter. It's like almost kind of make it into, if life is going to make me wait, I'm going to make it into art. It kind of feels like that. Message for Kip from his late father. For Kip. For Kip. Was that two? The path ahead of you isn't as uncertain as you think. The coffee cup makes me think presence, like needing to slow down and kind of just ease into the morning. I feel like maybe there's a lot of stress that's piled on Kip right in the morning. Or maybe there's just a lot of like hustle and bustle first thing. I feel like there's a message to take a couple minutes in the beginning of the day for Kip to connect with his father. There's still a very strong connection between the two of them. It's giving like sitting down at the morning table, having our coffee together, like starting the day off like that holds some importance. Live Like You Were Dying by Tim McGraw. What advice is Adam's Paw Bond trying to get to him? The heart and the mind need to work together, and both of them work together best when it's your own energy and not analyzing projections of others. Hermit in reverse is extreme isolation. King of Swords, mind. Four of Cups is like when your heart is in the right place and your mind is in observer mode, you'll know that you're making the right decision. because you'll be able to tell what's a projection from others and what's just your own energy. So many choices, suggestions from guides and spirit. The right choice is the one that feels the most different from what you've tried before that didn't get you to where you needed to be. The one that's the most out of your comfort zone. The one that feels like it's a little bit turning your back on what you knew you were capable of because you know you're capable of more. Thank you. One of these. Ah. There's nothing easy about realizing you're the one that's been holding you back this whole time. Honesty and bravery are required at this time. I feel like there may be some shying away of showing up as the version of yourself you're ready to show up as because you feel some loyalty to the version of you that you're shedding right now. The message is to allow yourself to shed what you've outgrown. Will my Aunt Louise be flexible about the price of her house when she learns I will be buying it alone? I feel like as flexible as she can be, I feel like maybe the flexibility will come more in like the duration. Like maybe I'll let you pay less per, but over a longer period, as opposed to like lessening the price of. I feel like she'll work with you in that way. 9 of Cups, I do feel like you'll be satisfied with the flexibility. But 5 of Wands makes me feel like there's a certain extent that like I can't be this flexible because I have to, whatever, get this amount or something like that. So I feel like there'll be some flexibility, but it's a page, not a king. So it's not going to solve all the problems, but some. Where's my mouse? There we go. What is the hidden gift of prolonged widespread inflation, a return to simplicity, a reassessment of what's important, etc.? Prolonged widespread inflation. No more performing about what really matters and having no other option than to get back to simplicity and seeing what matters. I think it's a mix of all. Not performing, what do I really care about, and what is worth building. I guess I'd say to break the illusion for those who are ready to see it. Like if it happens long enough, those who are on the fence are like, all right, let me look at this. Let me look at what this really means. That. Let's see if there's anybody I didn't get at all. Will we lose our home? Finances are tight. I feel like as much as you are able to cut back right now, even if it puts you a little bit uncomfortable, I feel like it's worth it. I feel like you're not going to, but I feel like it's going to get very close. So the more that you can cut away, even if it seems like, oh man, like I really don't want to take that step or I really don't want to downsize that, it feels like that will actually make a big difference. Not a big difference as in, okay, now I'm totally comfortable, but a big difference in between losing it and not. I feel like it's going to be cutting it close, but I think it's preventable. Why do I still have random dreams about my ex-boyfriend from high school? We dated on and off from 16 to 29, but I cut the relationship 20 years ago. I'm happily married for 17 years now. You're trying to reconcile how what you thought you wanted then never could have fulfilled the version of you now, but you're looking at it as this is how fulfilled I was with it back then. almost like a reverse what's that word? Existential crisis in reverse. Like a existential gratitude. I don't know how to explain it. Like look at how what I thought was going to fulfill me back then never could have even held a candle to what I've built now. I feel like honestly you need a reason to be proud of yourself, and right now that's where your brain is going. Your brain's like, look, you're not giving yourself enough credit for what you built. So your brain's like, but look, you need more credit. It feels like that. Message from Baba L. Message from Baba L. Birds may be significant. The road forward may be uncertain, but it's still yours to walk. There's some kind of bird's eye view you're being given so that you can figure out how to go from this Five of Pentacles into a creative solution. Allow yourself to experience the bird's eye view. Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye and the Jack and the Beanstalk. Every thought that you have is a seed. It's either going to be a weed or a flower. I feel like the message is to be more selective about which ones you plant. Oh, thank you. Let me pull these. Let me pull two of these. Fear is a source of energy. Anger is a source of energy. Frustration is a source of energy. Use them as fuel. Let them be your royal servants. Tamed emotions can be used to your advantage. And behind every strong person is a story that gave them no choice. As difficult as the last couple months have been, it's like forcing away the last layer that needed to be shed so that you don't dim yourself. And I feel like that correlates to business. Like that's happening emotionally so that business can move forward. Oh, your stepson is having a baby since he passed. We talked. Stepson is having a baby. Oh, you feel the heavy emotions because you want you almost feel this sense of like grief for how you would be experiencing this differently if Dave was here. So it's okay to grieve that because obviously it would be a different experience, but I think that's why Dave is letting you know, like, hey, I'm over here, but I'm also still over there to combat that feeling. Will I become a keynote speaker for teens and young adults as a self-help advice or getting my story out there? Now, the world and the wheel are here, but there's a delay. So could it go in that direction? Yes. But I don't feel like the pieces are right now lined up for that to happen. I feel like the pieces are pieces that you can get and put into play. But there's some kind of delay here. And I feel like the delay is a need to get more comfortable being seen and allowing yourself to know that you're worthy of receiving what comes from that. Message and song from my dad. So the Archangel Michael one popped out. It got stuck on the desk. What I hope you realize is you are loved always and forever. And What About Now by Doherty is playing. If you knew how worthy you are of receiving love and abundance, what would you be doing differently? Because you're fighting yourself in some way where you could be moving forward. It starts with a shift in mindset. Who You'd Be Today by Kenny Chesney. Are the allegations against Garth Brooks that he is a serial killer or are true? Garth Brooks, the singer? Huh. Okay. Okay, so is he either of those things? Overpowering, devaluing, or degrading, but I'm not worried about what. Getting caught out of alignment? I'm not worried about getting caught out of alignment. False access, hidden passage. Show me I did something thinking I could get away with it and it unlocked some kind of obsession. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Probably, allegedly. All right. Will the Sebastian Rogers case be given to the FBI? Oh. Somebody is trying to have it just go away. Like somebody, like whoever would be in, I guess, like in charge of, I don't know. I don't feel like anyone like asks the FBI, but like I feel like something's being stalled. Maybe in the future, but not soon, I don't think. Message, token, or song from my sister. I can see he's trying to tell me something, but I can't hear the words. Let me get one at the bottom. I'm seeing that 4-leaf clover and the star. And this little plant that popped out. Oh, it's a little conversation bubble. All right, that's direct. And we have a plant in reverse, ripping out a bad seed. I can see he's trying to tell me something, but I can't hear the words. See, I think you meant to say I can see she is trying to tell me something, but I think that you put the typo on purpose because I think Dave is trying to communicate something to you through your sister. Because Ten of Pentacles is reversed, so like not the family, but there's something that you're wondering if you're right or you're wrong about, and you're like, should I just rip out the seed and retry and see how I feel about it? But they're saying, no, you're right. Whatever it is, you're already right. You don't need to relook at it. General message for Rachel. Let's see. The energy that you're planning from has changed. It's like you're now planning from a place of higher self-worth than you were last, I want to say month, or last chapter. So I feel like there's some strategy that you're currently enacting that you need to relook at now because your perspective on yourself has elevated. So some kind of plan needs to elevate with it. Was I a farm girl in my past life? Extreme isolation, really caring about moving forward. Ace of Pentacles is giving towing the land. Yeah, you really care. That's what you cared about. Yeah, I would say you were very passionate about like self-sustaining community. Will my narcissist ex-boyfriend DM ever be truly held accountable for the destruction he has caused in so many lives, including abandoning his children when they were young? I want to word this as he's eventually going to meet himself in another person where he needs that love or support and it's not there. It feels like in terms of like justice, I'm not getting justice, but I'm getting karma in the form of like getting a taste of his own medicine. But there's also, you got to remember, there's a lot of avoidance. So like I could be tasting my own medicine and pretending I don't care type of thing. Message from my spirit team. Ooh. I want to say keep your plans close to your chest right now. Not that others are intentionally going to sabotage you, but projections of others may make you turn down the volume on something that would otherwise be louder for you. Oh yeah, Crown and Cage comes out tomorrow, everybody. It's very small. The final copy is like 100 pages. It's meant to kind of be read in one sitting. The times Jay does remember me or think about me, is it with sadness, resentment, or mixed feelings? What are the feelings? Missed opportunity, like a highlight of either you weren't or this person wasn't at their best self. Like I'm acknowledging that there was some kind of lack of moving forward because we couldn't meet each other at the level of best selves. Hierophant to Hangman kind of gives regret. Like I should have showed up differently, or I wish you would have showed up differently, one of them. My husband's father is very fragile. Will he be around for a while? I feel like longer than you think, but when it happens quickly. It's like you get one clear sign of, okay, no, this is the end is very soon, and then it's very soon after that. But I think you have a little longer than you think until that happens. Any messages from my friend Julie about my conflict with M? Friend Julie. Sometimes when we are right about something, we hope that because we're right, we can get the other person to see that, and then the situation is fixed. This is not one of those cases. You can be right, and the other person still not want to accept that. And it feels like this is that. So I guess I'd say, is it more important for you to be right, or is it more important? I feel like it's either needing to take time and space so this person can come around to like being open to receive a different way of looking at something, or there's a need to shut the door knowing that this is like a, what's that word? Irreconcilable difference. Like the other person's not going to see it your way, essentially. Thank you. The everyone remember that giveaway ends, I think, on the 30th. Yeah, the 30th. So if you did get the book and you leave a review, you can enter for the same giveaway that Linda just won, the one where you win all the stuff. All the stuff. Why do my husband and our son butt heads and argue so much? Is there anything I can do to stop it? The seed has been planted that they both know how to go right for each other's like panic button. Um, I guess I'd say in your own way, helping them realize that maybe they're a little bit more alike than they're realizing, and that's where the thing is coming from. It's not them arguing with one another, it's arguing with their own limitations. Like I could see things your way, but I'm trying to resist just to resist instead of realizing that we could both see it the same way. I guess I'd say help highlight their similarities. That might be the verdict vault. I redid and updated the yes or no verdict vault deck. That may be the sample. I hope so. Anyway, okay. What should I focus on? Apparently not my UPS guy. What should I focus on? I want to say look at, like, in your day to day, what is expanding you? What is limiting you? What are the recurring thoughts that are coming through? It's like needing to separate where you are right now versus versions of you that you carried in the past because of who you were around. You know that book, it's like you become like the 5 people you spend the most time around. It's like someone that you don't spend time around anymore is still affecting your energy in terms of mental processing. So there's a need to identify and split their energy from yours. What steps can I take to break the generational curse that has impacted 4 generations of women in my family? The only way out is through. It feels like there, with this King of Pentacles, there's a need to completely dismantle. Write it all down. Like, write what you see down. How has this shown up? In whom has this shown up? How has it shown up for you? Almost like map it out and then draw a new map. Like, literally map out, how have I seen this? How has it shown up? And then in this same spot, that's like, okay, when self-worth is triggered, we self-destruct. Okay, what can I do now on this new map when that's triggered? It feels like just seeing it is going to go a long way. What do they think I know that they are so interested in? What do they think I know? It's not what, it's who. It's like like if there was some kind of connection or something that happened, it doesn't have to necessarily be a person, I guess. Something that happened that typically people would brag about or boast about, whether that's a connection or conversation with someone, whether that's some kind of like spiritual awakening, whether that's some kind of like money coming in or something. It's like they think or they know that something came in and you did not brag or boast about it. They want to know why, because they would have. It feels like that. Any messages from the dads for my husband? Oh, that's meant to be like a dad and son. Lean on Me by Bill Withers. Interest dancing. I see now what I couldn't see before. I see now that what I couldn't see then is so obvious now. So what couldn't be seen then that is obvious now? almost like they want him to embrace it as if like riding a bike. Like it's a new skill that will get you a long way. And message in a bottle. I see now. I feel like there's a need to communicate. Like they're highlighting if something is consistent and persistent in your mind or on your heart, even if you're a little afraid to communicate, open up. People will be there to support you if you express. How should my mom approach her sister about it? How should my mom approach her sister about it? I don't think there is a good way. Think of it like this. She's trying to hide her brain. Like she feels like her brain is bad and she doesn't want anyone else to know that it has gone bad. So it just feels like any approach to this is like someone grabbing the top of the skull and being like, look at the brain, when she's trying to hide the brain. I don't think there's a good way, to be honest with you. I mean, do I think that means don't do it? No, but I just don't think there's a good way. I feel like it's one of those things where like your mom will need to mentally make the decision, okay, I'm going to do this, and then just wait for the first opportunity that looks like, okay, this may be a little promising, where there's going to be a tower, but it's a tower that you can de-escalate. I feel like the setting is very important, like where they're at, and that there's not a lot of like, I almost want to say clutter. Like, I don't know, like making sure there's not a lot going on around the energy. Will taking cloves help my health? Taking cloves. I don't necessarily think it's going to make that big of a difference as you're hoping. You might feel a little bit more clear, but I don't really think that's like you feeling like more healthy clear. I think it's like more clear of like, okay, that's really what's bothering me, like that type of thing. I don't know if it's going to have, maybe over time, but not at first, I don't think. Does Angelo know about the event planned to honor him on 9/20? Mm-hmm. Big yes. I don't know. Yes, and it's helping him put down a burden. He feels very included. Big yes. Do I need to do a parasite cleanse and heavy metal detox? I feel so sluggish and lethargic. I mean, death is like a clearing out of Eight of Swords. What the restriction is, Nine of Cups is like dumping everything out, dumping all the cups out so you can come to a completion. I would say it would help. I'm doing one right now too. I think it's a good time of year to do it. There's one on my stand store. That's the one that I use. But I think that, you know, at first, I don't know if you've done one before, but at first it's going to make you feel more sluggish and more tired and maybe a little bit of a headache, but then you will feel better. Like 3 weeks-ish. I usually have a headache for the first like week and a half every time. Message of guidance for me for now until the 22nd. Until the 22nd. Don't be afraid to tie up any loose ends, whether that's like in terms of, I want to use the word ideas. I don't know what that means though. Like don't be afraid to cut any loose ends in terms of ideas, like ideas that you thought were promising that haven't been producing results. Like leave it in this past chapter. It feels like the 22nd is an opening of a new chapter. So what do you not want to bring with you? What I'm manifesting come to be? What will it come to be? Ooh, that sounded like a gong. It was my Red Bull, but it sounded like, when do they ring them? It's like when a new leader takes shape. Is like, here's the new leader. Um, you're stepping into main character role. And I almost feel like you, in a way that like you thought maybe you were in this last chapter, but this, whatever you're ushering in is going to be like, that's nothing compared to this. It's like a leadership role of yourself. Like you've led yourself out of the woods, if that makes sense. Here. I'm going to close super chats too. 1 second. There we go. Snake rebirth twice. What do I need to help shedding and remember? A mental adventure. Like it's giving Alice in Wonderland, but in your mind, like falling into a rabbit hole of something that you want to explore, something you want to learn more about. Um, I feel like what that does is it puts you into the energy of expansion. So it's not really about what you're learning, although it is. It's more about getting into the energy of expanding instead of contracting the mind. Why is my mom acting strange all of a sudden? It's like trying to still pour into myself when a shadow from the past is battling me. It's almost like her brain is trying to convince her that she's an imposter or something. Like it's giving imposter syndrome. Like if your mom was feeling like she's okay before, her brain's like, you're not okay. How dare you tell yourself you're okay? It's like, it feels like that. Message and a song. Shattered by OAR. How many times can I break till I shatter? I honestly feel like this is a message of your mom. That was you, right? Yeah, it's like a message of be the change you wish to see, or allow yourself to step into the example that you needed in the past. Spirit's showing you something on a small scale that's taking place on a bigger scale because you have a role in it, like helping others see how to get out of something, or helping others see the truth about their own situation, something like that. So it's important to be in observer mode. 3 more here, and then back to the other list. Is Custard my soul dog? Is he happy? Custard, I love that. It's a dress. It's a dress and a top hat. It's like we were made to do this show together. And it fell on the floor, which is kind of giving like break a leg when someone's going to go on stage, like break a leg. Like, I'm not wishing you luck. I'm going on stage with you. From the darkness to being seen. I feel like look up, yes, is he happy? You guys are like doing a whole skit together. Like he feels like it's a comedy skit. Look up what that name means. There's some kind of clue in there, like the name meaning, if you haven't already. What wounds does my husband have? What wounds? Parentified child. I feel like maybe there was a stage skipped of learning how to identify emotions. And it was just like, oh, there's an emotion. It's either good or bad, instead of like, here's an emotion. Let me understand it and treat it according to what it is, instead of just grouping it into good or bad. The phantom ache. And then because of that, I can never quite figure out what I'm feeling, because feelings are just good and bad. They're not, there's no spectrum or range. There's just this or that. Very, what wounds? Black and white thinking in regard to emotion that makes emotions feel dangerous to him. All right, last one, then other list. I've seen 444 4 times today. What message do I need to hear and a token? And it was just the 999 portal. And if you add 9 and 4, it's 13, which leads you back to a 4. A chair with 46. 4 and 6 is 10. So you're completing some kind of cycle. And it's like you can finally sit down and rest. You can get off the hamster wheel of the mind, because you've emotionally balanced out your beliefs. I feel like maybe you felt like held back from being the fullest version of yourself, because there's this energy of don't act like you're better than people, or don't be too seen, or don't be too loud. It's like you've reprogrammed that. That's the cycle that you've completed here. And it's like now you can finally sit down and rest. You don't have to overthink every interaction, because you're not looking for yourself to be the problem in it. Any messages from my mom and a song? What If by Five for Fighting started playing. I don't know this song. Threw a line out to pull you to me. She's like, I got ya. I got ya. Where's that other dice at? No, I lost both of them. Number 6. The path ahead of you requires faith, not just planning. Requires faith, not just planning. There's a need to listen to emotions as well as logic. It feels like for a while the logic has been the safer route, but it's like she's saying allow the emotions to start to also come back in and join the logic on the stage. Live Like You Were Dying by Tim McGraw. What do I need to hear from my higher self? A token and a song. Token and a song. It says I love you with 88 on there. I feel like your higher self is pointing out your internal dialogue. Which way are you internally convincing yourself that there's lack instead of abundance? Approaching a situation from self-love will put you more in flow. It feels like there's a situation being approached from fear, which is why it's projecting as lack, but it doesn't have to. The energy in my backyard, good or bad, trying hard to give me a message. The message is what you do not change, you choose. I don't feel like it's necessarily a good or a bad message, just more of like a persistent one. There's something in there that's symbolic of in your backyard. Would there be something in your backyard that would remind you of like a cage or a trap? It's almost like a message of what you don't change, you choose, but there's something symbolic back there. I had the Fool in reverse fall in my lap, so like not changing. Does Jorge know about me, and will we ever meet? Know about me. Yes. I was confused at first because they're back to back. So I was like, am I taking the meaning or am I taking the fact that it's a, like they, yes, they would know about each other if you just look at these cards, but if they're back to back, do they still? But Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like a release of that knowledge. So I would say yes to knowing about you. Will we ever meet? Same thing, back to back. I feel like it's possible, but it's going to take action on both parts. I feel like it's unlikely, but possible. It's unlikely unless there's direct action to like convince it to happen. I don't know why I want to use that word. I'm going through rebirth, snake twice. What message do I need to help me remember? To help you remember. There was a very dark moment of your life where you kind of asked your higher power, like, if I just make it through this, I will blank. And it feels like that blank is what's happening now. It's like you're filling in that blank. Like, if I can make it out of this bad situation, I will fully step into my sovereignty or fully step into my intuition. Like, that's what's happening now. So go back to that time and try to remember what that covenant was that you made with yourself. You point me in a direction on how to handle what is going on with my oldest father. Oldest father. Document everything and establish a pattern. There's a solution found with clarity in pattern recognition. And you seeing the pattern also helps you put together when to push and when to allow the situation to unfold. This question skip was a skip because I need to have it addressed in one of the readings that I recently received. Let's see. I would say that maybe it's one that you're more comfortable receiving the answer to in that way. Nine of Cups is fulfillment of communication regardless of discomfort. Is my nervous system becoming regulated? If not, what can I do? I want to say it's becoming regulated, but it's becoming regulated because there's still some kind of avoidance around a wound that would cause dysregulation until you work through it. But when energy is buried, it doesn't go away. It just stays there and waits to be dug back up. Yeah, the Hermit. What can you do? Sit with your inner child, sit with your inner teen, allow those past versions of yourself to show fully. It's like there's part of you that you still feel is too hard to love. And when you can unbury that part and sit with it, that will be the dysregulation of the nervous system so that you can then re-regulate it. Like it's going to trigger you, but then it won't be buried anymore, type of thing. I think I'm going to go down the Garth rabbit hole. I had no. What does he sing? Hold on. I can't think. Let me just look at one song so I can remember. What? Oh, I don't really know any of these songs. If Tomorrow Never Comes. That didn't age well. All right. Will the real killers of Abby and Libby in Delphi ever be brought to justice? This is a tricky question for me. Let's see. I'm going to word it like this. Will there be any additional charges in that case? I don't think so. I don't think any additional charges, no. Maybe for some type of like related thing, but I don't think for the unalivings themselves, no. Is the feeling I got from hearing Garth Brooks' story my intuition? I mean, yes, but it's also some kind of pattern. Like you are familiar with energy and that is translating into this situation. Like you're like, okay, that manipulation feels like this and I see it showing up in this way. Like you're connecting dots. One second, I'm scrolling. What happened at Nanny's house the night of the fire that claimed her and Kyle's life? It's like somebody was busy paying attention to something else and didn't take instructions that were given in order to. The night of the fire. It's like one person tells another, don't do that or check on that. And like something's not done or not done correctly. But something causes a little problem to be made worse more quickly than it should have. But that's not like a human error. That's like maybe something that was left around that made the fire spread more quickly or something like that. Yeah, like something connected it. I want to say some kind of misstep followed by something that was just like in a bad place at a bad time. Like it, like for example, if it turned a corner and hit a gas can and then exploded type of fire, like something like that. Something made it spread quicker. But there was also some kind of error, like something not done or not done correctly, that led to the situation where it got spread quicker. Advice from my grandma Jean. You're being given this mountain to show others it can be climbed. You're getting into a position where things are being stripped one by one so that you eventually realize that you have a blank lot so that you can rebuild on it. So things that are falling away aren't punishments, they're making space. Making space. Oh, custard means sweet, gentle, and loving. So That makes me think of the little dog in the Fool card. Because that's like the little white, sweet, gentle, loving dog. And I said being up on stage. So it's like, I almost want to word it as Custard's your motivation to keep taking care of yourself when it's difficult to. Because you're like, oh, look at this sweet little gentle loving dog. I need to take care of myself so I can take care of them, type of thing. So the show goes on, type energy. Message from my spirit team. I'm going to do about 5 more and then I have to hop off. Message from my spirit team. My cat is sitting right behind my chair and she just scared me so bad. Let me see if I can show you. Right there. I just looked up and saw eyes. Anyway, all right, message from my spirit team. There's a need. Okay, so it's like you have the answer you're looking for, but it's like in a. They're showing me one of those crossword puzzles. Like the answer's in the crossword puzzle, but you have to find it. And like it's not a word that's on the list, but it's a word that you'll identify when you look through the crossword. Translate that into something business related. Ooh. Is the energy my oldest sister or father? Is the energy my oldest sister or father? Father. The trusty companion is what I heard with this. And I'm like, okay, that still doesn't answer my question. And then I said, but it's a male because it's a fool. And then the king came out. So father. Will the father of my children find long-term care soon? That was strength. Will the father find long-term care soon? Not as soon as you'd like. I feel like the moon is reversed because it's like something looks promising and then ends up falling apart because you realize, or they realize, that there's some kind of not clear terms. And then after that, there's a solution. So something is frustrating and happens that is like, okay, this isn't it. And then after that, the solution comes within, I want to say 4 months. So there's like a no, and then 4 months, and then a yes. Or maybe 4 weeks. Feels more like 4 months though. I'm in transition at the moment. My spiritual work. Feel like I'm in sacred silence. Yes. External. It's like when you're silent, you can receive. So instead of you speaking, you're making space for what wants to come in. So it just feels like meditation is very prominent right now, especially in terms of like channeled writing, channeled drawing. You're no longer performing. You're no longer explaining things away. You're allowing them to be. So like, let's say I feel a little sad. I'm not saying, oh, well, I'm sad because this and that and intellectualizing it. I'm saying, oh, I'm sad. Let me feel it. It feels like that's where this is coming from, because now you can learn the most from it. Time frame for relocation. Time frame for relocation. That's your relocation. Okay, so we have relocation 6 to 10. That can be 6 to 10 weeks. That doesn't feel like it. 6 to 10 months feels maybe between 2026 and between 2030. I don't feel like this happens before 2026, though. I really don't. I want to say at least 10 months into 2026 feels significant. Let's see if there's anyone I didn't get. He has an alter ego. I forgot his name. Very dark and doesn't look like him. Is he the one that kills? We're talking about Garth Brooks, right? Because that would be alter ego. Other side of the... A void filled with... It's almost like feeling like the voices are telling someone to do something. You'll only be okay if you listen to this. I mean, I do feel like there's definitely a split psyche. I don't know who's telling who to do what, but I think that they don't get along, the split sides of the psyche. All right, last one. Are there any signs my friend D is sending? Are there any signs my friend D is sending? Do you sometimes say a word weird? Like you're like, I said that differently than I usually do. Or maybe there's a word that sometimes you repeat that like you don't mean to. There's something in your communication that is a sign, but you have to like look beyond the surface to recognize what the sign is, if that makes sense. Okay, announcements. I don't know. Echoes of the Unsolved. I have a couple left. I might not have a couple left. I don't know. I have to look. The full size one, I'm almost out. I'll probably have that in next month. The mini, I still have some. The giveaway for Bethany's journal, if you have a paperback copy of the Unsilenced journal, which is the Mediumship conversational journal, has a passage and then a little fill in the blank from you to your loved one and then your loved one to you. I posted a video about this yesterday. We're doing a giveaway for that ends tomorrow on 9/11, where you can win an hour-long reading with Bethany and myself, Faith Over Feelings, bookend deck, and the Mediumship deck. That ends tomorrow. You can see that on my stand store. There's been a lot of scammers lately, so please remember that all of my links and my only links are stand.store/thereckoningco. That's the only way to ever book with me. I will never book with you any other way but that. I'm going to be putting a button on my stand store. If you want a giveaway and you haven't gotten whatever you're meant to get from it yet, you can fill that out. I'm going to put that up later today because I know I'm missing people. I did too many at once and didn't write them all down. So I'm working on all of those giveaways within the next week. And if you have a reading package from me that you're still owed stuff from, that will be next week as well. I don't know. I think I ran out of brain power. Crown and Cage comes out tomorrow. And I think that's all. I'm going to go check and see if that's the deck. And if it is, I'll put some pictures up. That's all. Thank you all for being here. I will talk to you soon.